Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. For the past 72 hours, explosive news has arisen, and I'm sure that all of you have heard about it. It's the actor here, Christian Keys. And Christian Keys has some bombshell allegations against three people, two of them being black male billionaires, one of them being a female. Now, he has not directly named who it is. However, we have a pretty good indication as to at least who the two men are. Because you can deduce from society about who Christian is working with at the moment. He's on a show where he's a producer with someone's production company. And this person is very well known in the entertainment industry. And the other one is a philanthropist who basically gives to a lot of black colleges. And he has given millions. So by that, we kind of have a good idea as to who these gentlemen are. But what I want to where I'm going to go is in a different direction. Because in a clip from Christian's video, in which he posted on his stories a few days back, he said something very interesting. And this particular clip is about a minute long. I'm going to play it for you. But what he played in this particular clip does not do him justice. It does not do him any favors. What he plays in this clip, if I were on a jury, and hearing his testimony from this particular clip, which I'm going to play, there's no way in the world that I would be convinced to convict anyone from what he's saying. Now, what I'm going to post, he could possibly bring allegations for termination of job based upon sexual harassment, based upon because he did not put out or give that particular person what they wanted. But I'm going to play the clip for you and allow you to hear this. And I think you're going to hear exactly what I'm talking about.
You get a grown ass man that knows that you're heterosexual and you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room because he says it's safe. Because I know I'm banned, so I don't. After a big party, won't say what type, won't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm 4-5 Hennessy's deep and not short Hennessy's either. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes, blame it on the alcohol. And you try to forgive him. So you're like, all right, man. All right, I'm gone. You shake his hand on the way out, and he tries to grab your penis. He tries to shake and grab your equipment. And you spaz even more.
Okay, so you heard that. Now let's start from the very beginning, because when you're given a testimony like this, something that is extremely dangerous that you're putting out there, and you're making accusations that can possibly backfire. You're making accusations that can put someone in prison, what we're talking about. Some allegations that you're claiming sexual, or SA, I should say, can put many people in hot water. And as we've seen with Harvey Weinstein, they have gotten into hot water. This is the reason why you got to be very precise, very direct, and you have to really know what you're saying and what you're talking about, and you should know when to speak and what things you should not speak on. This particular minute, I don't think he should have really included this in it. I'm going to tell you the reason why. So let's start from the very beginning. He was at an industry party where either this particular individual was at, is what I got, that they were at the party with them. Some people said he put the party on. That's not what I got. But anyway, anywho, from this industry party that they were at, Christian admitted from the video that he was 4 to 5 deep in Hennessy. He was drunk. Now, let me explain to you about these industry parties. I know about them. I've been into that particular industry before. And one thing that I can tell you, they are offering more than just alcohol. These parties are notorious for offering nose candy, if you know what I mean. So with Christian Keys there admitting to 4 to 5 deep in Hennessy, I have my suspicions with that. And that suspicion being is that personally, I think he took more than that. I think he took more than just alcohol. He's not going to admit to taking any type of nose candy, but I do believe that other substances were taken. That's not to say that anyone deserves anything to happen to them. I don't get care if you passed out drunk. No one deserves to be essayed. But follow me to what I'm going to say, why I'm taking you down this road. So he says that he was sleeping. The individual offered him a place to stay, maybe because he was inebriated or something like that, or maybe because it was closer by. In any event, he agreed to go to this individual's place and use the spare bedroom. Now, here's where it gets kind of tricky and not so good for Christian. How long have you been knowing this particular individual? And did you know about their, you know, predilection towards men? Did this individual show any type of attraction or wants towards you? Apparently he did. So my question would be, why would you go back to a place, to a gay man's place? A straight man go to the place of a gay man, but a gay man who wants them, who has the hots for you. Why would you go back there? Why not just call yourself an Uber? If you were too drunk or you were too high or intoxicated, call yourself an Uber. Call friends, call family, have someone else to take you home. Why go back to his place? And when you get to his place, he offered you to spare a room. Rooms have locks on them. Did you lock the door? Apparently not. You did not lock the door. Maybe you forgot, but that was a big mistake on your part right there. So here's the thing now. With the whole drinking or whatever he was taking, a jury will look to analyze if you were that drunk and maybe high on something else. Is your recollection of events really that accurate? Do you actually know what happened? They're going to look at that and they're going to question that. I question that. Do you actually know what happened? And then what people are going to look at also, if you were able to get up there after he tried to essay you, tried to touch you, and you drove yourself home, why didn't you drive yourself home after the party was over? See, Christian has got to be very, very aware that these types of questions are coming. Because let me tell you guys one thing. I do believe Christian. Just that this particular minute of the video, I have just some problems with. And this particular individual, one of them who he's speaking about, I have heard stories about him for years. For years, I've heard stories about him doing this. The other man, I'm very surprised about. The female, I have no clue of who she is. But this is another thing in which I want to bring up here. Christian has worked with this individual before, the big time producer who's a billionaire. And a lot of times with men like Christian Keys, straight men who are good looking, he knows and is very aware that there are a lot of gay, bisexual men in our entertainment industry. These straight men know that these men have the hots for them, find them attractive. They know that these men want them. And a lot of times with men like Christian Keys, this is very common. They'll leverage their good looks. They will flirt with these men, be very flirtatious. Doesn't mean they want to fuck with them, but they will flirt with them to kind of get them over, so to speak. I'm going to use my looks. He finds me attractive, and I'm going to give him a little something, something. But it's not anything down there. It's just around in the face area. They're flirting with them. But the problem with that, you got to be very careful about putting mixed messages out there. You have to be extremely careful about, fanning the flames, because many people will get the wrong message that you're sending somehow that you're interested in them, that it's a green light for them to go ahead and go. So you have to be mindful of how you are conducting yourself. You have to be mindful of not to play with people's feelings and emotions. Flirtation for me is a no-go. I'm just not, there with leading people on who I'm not interested in. And I would never personally, if I knew someone like me had the hots for me, I'm not going to go to dinner with you. I'm not going to go eating with you. I'm not going to go to the movies with you. I'm sure in the hell I'm not going to spend a night at your place, because that's giving you the wrong impression. It's kind of like giving you the impression that you have a chance. And Christian's 49 years old. If this happened in the early 2005, 2008, he was well into his 30s. So at that particular age, he would have knew the score. I knew the score. He's deeper in Hollywood than what I am. If I knew the score, he sure in the hell knew it. So with these men like him, straight men, you guys have got to stop flirting with gay men. You got to stop trying to use your looks to get over. No, you do not deserve to be essayed. It's not a green light. But when someone with an irrational mind, if they're dealing with you face to face, they are going to take that in a completely different manner. So that's what you have to be very careful and very aware of. All this being said again, I do believe Christian. I do believe him. Just that particular clip that I played for you, I'm just side-eyeing that. That to me was just a bad judgment call that he made that particular night. Maybe it's because he was drunk, inebriated, or who knows what. But it was a bad call. Never go to someone's place who you know they like you, they have the hots for you, and you're going to go there and volunteer to spend the night. You're going to go there and, really putting yourself in a bad situation. Never a good idea to do that. Now we'll be talking more about this particular topic in days ahead. But for right now, ladies and gentlemen, that was another edition of Sin Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.